Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's up, man?
Uh,
Hey, shoot, man, I wanted to talk about 1 meal a day. You ever done that before?
uh, if I did, I can't remember. Damn.
You ever attempted it?
Man,
Attempted it?
shit. If I did, it wasn't a constant.
Yeah,
That's for sure. It wasn't consistent enough for me to remember.
yeah, I did it for a minute, but I'm off of it now, but I got to get back on it. But I think the biggest thing getting back on it is like really making sure I got enough calories and shit where I can last through the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the
Now I will
biggest
say
thing.
this. I've heard of you know, fasting for like 18 hours and then
Hmm.
having a window for like 6 hours to eat. So like in 6 hours you eat like all the food you're gonna eat, right? And
Right.
I've seen that work pretty successful for people, like a window of 6 hours to eat, but 18 hour your body's fasting.
But you know what's so crazy? Shit, man. Do you know how much food I can eat in that 6 hours? See, that's where it become a problem. You understand? Because I might eat enough food for the next 3 days in 6 hours. You know?
Yeah, I mean, then that goes to, not only your discipline with the timing, right, and the fasting for
Hmm.
6 hours, but then within that time, making sure you're eating the right stuff to set you up. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it's just two forms of discipline, two levels, right? So
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
discipline with your timing, second discipline with your intake. I might
But
start that shit soon, to be honest.
what, eat in a 6 hour period?
Yeah, yeah, I be killing shit. Right now, I'm fucking shit up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
right
know.
now, I'm eating about 8 o'clock.
A lot of people close to me, man, they be eating all kind of good stuff like vegetables and stuff like that. And I just, but I mean, I know food is my battle. I think everybody got their battle. And I mean, food is something that I battle with every day. And, like I be telling, my my family, my listeners out there, like I'm obese. And, the biggest thing about it, 90% of America is. So, I guess that's why we gotta walk to live too. But now I really gotta bite down on the intake. You know what I mean? Because that's where I'm hurting at. I'm actually going to the gym twice a day, and I feel stronger, but I'm not seeing no results on that scale.
Shit, man, hell, if you obese, man, I'm probably fucking obese. Damn.
Nah, bro, I'm obese, bro. Yep, I'm obese, but I got this doctor, man, and he be on this OMAD stuff, man. He's pretty good, man. I'm gonna bring him up on the screen and see. We're gonna go through and talk about a few ideals, and if you got something that you can add on or something that don't sound right, because we all got our opinion, speak on it. That's what this is. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
I hope his meals. He say he got some meals that'll hold you through the day at one time a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm gonna see what he talking about. Yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
For sure, man.
Feeling there's going to be a few surprises for some of you. And one day I had sausage with vegetable scrambled egg. It was kind of like a variant of an omelet. And
By the way, this is like gonna be a 7 day plan. He gonna give you a meal for one day, one meal a day plan, but for 7 days. Okay,
All right.
just letting you know.
And you start off with some onion and bell pepper. You just brown it, saute it a little bit in some butter. And then you scramble 3 eggs and you mix them together. Then you cook some sausage and you serve it on a plate and you add some cheese and serve it with some avocado. So it's really, really simple. And here are how much I put in grams. If you want ounces, you just divide by 30. But I'm not going to go through all of the details, but I want to give you a few key numbers and you can just go back and look through. This should be pretty self-explanatory. So this came up to about 1,350 calories, and we had 77% of calories from fat, 20%.
I'm gonna stop that for a minute. How do you feel? Do you think 1,352 calories is enough for a day?
Um, I
What's your
think it just
opinion on
depends.
that?
I think it just depends on people's bodies, man, for real. I think it just depends. Well, first off, I think, depending on how many calories you're coming from, right? I think it's enough if your
Hmm.
stomach is set up for that and your body is set up for that for sure. Um, but I mean, if you look at like the American diet, right? If you look on the back of any food thing, they
Hmm.
say we're based, they base all of our calories, even the calories, the percentages that's in those nutrition little charts that's on every piece of food. It's
Hmm.
all based off of 2,000 day calories. So, I mean, yeah, for sure, it's a little bit below like the American standard, but yeah, I think so. I think it's possible.
You think it's possible for me to do something like that and go to the gym? I mean, seeing that I'm overweight already, will my body pull nutrients to help me get through the workout, or what? What you
Yeah,
think
I
about
mean, it's
that?
like fasting, right? It's
Hmm.
like fasting, fasting's a little more intense, but yeah, your body's gonna pull, you know, and that's when you're fat, like, that's when you start to lose that weight. Losing that weight is literally your body burning off the fat, right? And your body's
Right,
burning it like you're technically using it. Like any
right.
weight that anybody use, it ain't just getting, shitted out per se.
That's
Your
right.
body, your body's actually using it. So yeah, I mean, if you eating 1,200 calories a day, your body will supplement it whatever it has in it, right?
Right.
But yeah, I think 1,200 is plenty.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this could be done. So I guess it really goes back down to having a discipline and So I look at it like this. So I can do a water fast. I can do a water fast. So if I'm going without eating for days and days, why why come I can't eat a meal like this at 12 o'clock and then wait till 12 o'clock the next day if I'm able to go 5 to 7 days, discipline without a meal. So it's all mental, right?
Well, yeah, is the only reason is because you don't want to. I mean, hell, just, like me, like any human.
Hmm.
Everything's based off what we want to do and what we don't want to do. If we want to do a 7 day water fast, we're not going to eat for 7 days, right? That's all willpower, right? So it's all
Right.
willpower.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna keep on going. Let's see what else he said.
From protein and only 3% of calories from carbohydrates. So this is combining intermittent fasting with a very strongly ketogenic meal plan. And for those of you who are new, I just want to quickly review the benefits of OMAD, of one meal a day and intermittent fasting. So it's basically all about reducing insulin. And why do we want to do that? Because insulin is the primary factor responsible for weight gain. So the way to lose weight is to reduce insulin. And at the same time, of course, we will probably reduce the risk or reverse the type 2 diabetes, which is just insulin resistance. And there are two ways to drive insulin, and those are carbohydrates and the frequency of meals that we eat. So when we look at the relationship between carbohydrates and insulin, then if we eat 300 grams of carbohydrate, like a lot of people do on a standard diet, we're going to have a lot of insulin. Then if we reduce the carbohydrates, we're going to have a pretty much linear reduction in insulin as well. And the other factor, of course, is frequency. So if we eat 6 meals a day, we have big meals and we have snacks, but we eat 6 times, then we're going to trigger insulin 6 times. And the more carbohydrate we eat those 6 times, the more insulin we're going to trigger 6 times. If we eat ketogenic or low carb, we're going to trigger less insulin, but we're still going to do it many, many times a day. So if we really want to reverse insulin resistance, we want to reduce the carbs and the frequency of meals. And even though most people...
I'm gonna cut into that real quick. Gossip talk was not only that your taste buds are alerted from the foods. That's why you can't what. But yeah, that's why you can't. That's why you can't control it. Hey, so what's your intake? What's your like shit on carbs and stuff? Like, I know you're a bodybuilder and stuff like that. Like, do you make sure you get a lot of carbs? Like, what's your thing?
Shit, man. To be honest with you, I'm heavy lifting weights and I get big and all that stuff. But man, I got a real, let's say, I got a real basic outlook on it. You know, you want to get big muscles, eat big meals. Uh, work out
Right.
hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like go lift heavy weights a whole bunch of times. Um, you know, lift heavy as hell, and you know, I guess if I'm really into it, I'm doing my meal prep right. I really set it up with, and I'll measure everything out, but it's not to count carbs or nothing, it's just to count the amount that I'm eating. So I'll do like, you know, hell, I might do 6 ounces of chicken and, you know, 1 cup of rice and 1 cup of green veggies and, you know, about 3 or 4 like those little potatoes, you know? So like the amount of half a potato. And I don't know the weight or nothing on that because I just do it by eye. But I mean, I just keep it basic. You know, I really don't get too
How
deep
many
into
meals?
it.
How many of those meals do you eat a day on something like that?
2.
2?
Yeah. I mean, and that's probably like, hell, honestly, that's probably with that meal prep stuff. I've never count the calories on it, but I would probably assume that it's probably about 1,600 calories a day, 16
Wow.
to 1,700 calories a day, maybe. It's pretty
And
light stuff.
that holds you pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah, but you want more stuff, right? You always want more. Your body wants more because you know what sweet tastes like, right?
Right.
You know what sweets taste like. You know what, I don't know, let's say you're eating standard meals like that. You know what a burger tastes like. You know what all this stuff tastes like. So you're going to naturally want it. You know, you're going to desire it. Yep.
So, like with something like that, what do you drink?
Like usually if I'm on like when I'm on point, soda water. Like I'm drinking, if I want to taste like soda, I'll just drink like, you know, soda waters and shit like that. You know, whole bunch of water, soda
Like
waters.
a carbonated water or something?
Yeah, like, you know, seltzer waters and things like that. Like I just drink, you know, sparkling waters pretty much. Just get different flavor sparkling waters, or like Coke Zero. I'll do like zero Coke and zero stuff like, and then people be like that stuff's not good or whatever. Like I said, I don't get too deep into it because I probably would just quit if I knew too much about it. So
That's right.
I just keep it simple: Coke Zero, Sprite Zero. If I'm on, then I'll only try to drink like 1 or 2 of those a day, and then of course the sparkling waters, and then just regular water, stuff like that. But, and I mean, that's seen, you know, your body gets pretty cut up on that stuff. So clearly there's a deficit your body's trying to make up from, even when you're doing that, right? So if I'm getting the output,
Right.
my body's trying to put the input. So usually when I'm doing that, like I can still get pretty swollen and stuff like that, but my body fat does go down.
Wow. And how long does it take you to see a difference? Like when you do that?
Hell, I always tell people like 6 months, but truthfully, like 6 months is when I'm like noticing like I'm a monster, right?
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
but the reality of it is like 30 days, man. Like in 30
Wow.
days, you can see a huge, you know, change and shift. I mean, even like right now, I've only been working out for, you know, 3 weeks. Again, I took 6 months off, and
Right.
you know, just the difference I see working out. You know, when I first started working out again, you know, 225 was pretty tough, but now I'm already back up at 315 in 3 weeks. You know,
Wow. Wow.
you know, so the body's receptive to things, but I mean, really just time, you know, and time's going to go. So, I mean, as long as you know, I bit down back on the working out, but the eating, I'm still a fool with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm eating everything I want to eat whenever I want to eat. And, yeah, but you know, there's a lot of things to do, like, you know, drinking and even alcohol consumption. You know, I'm not too smart on that, but I do realize when I'm drinking alcohol, I'm a little more, you know, carrying a little more body fat than normal, or it's hard for me to burn the body fat. So when I'm clear system and I'm just on point, I've noticed, you know, the life, naturally the body's going to acclimate.
So what do you think about saunas? Do you like saunas?
I mean, I think they're effective. You know what I'm saying? I've never been consistent in them per se, but I think they're effective. You know, I do believe in like certain things for your body to heal them, but you know, I just be doing stuff and just, you know, I guess you could say I'm a trial by error, right? So
Right.
I do stuff, see if it works, if it's effective. If I'm seeing things work with it, is good, just like the Stairmasters or whatever. I think the sauna can be effective for sure. People use it to, drop weight all the time, and if you make it a part of your everyday routine, then sure, I think it's effective, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go back and see what Dr. Ekberg said. See what he got to say.
People do this for weight loss. It's important to understand that insulin resistance is responsible for about 90% of all the degenerative disease that we experience in the modern world today. And also when we do fasting and OMAD, then we're also improving longevity and our immune system. End of the day, I had a hamburger salad. And a salad is so classic, it's so versatile. You can put just about anything you want in there. These are just examples. And instead of the hamburger, of course, you can put another meat of your choice, like steak or chicken or salmon. So here I used 20% fat ground beef. And then you just brown that up, and I put some multi-seasoning, some seasoning salt on there. And then it's pretty simple. Just lettuce, tomato, onion, avocado, bell pepper, cheese, bacon bits, and olive oil. And for dressing, when you have these many things in it and it has so much flavor, you don't need any fancy commercial dressings with seed oil. So I just use salt, pepper, oil, and vinegar, and it's fantastic. So what are the numbers on this? It's about 1,450 calories. We get 79% from fat.
Okay, I know I keep stopping and going in it because I really want to see your output put on that. What you think about that salad right there?
I mean, it's cool. I never just eat a plain salad. I do know a lot of people that just put like oil and stuff on their salad and eat it like that. But like I said, I mean, even my meal preps, I like stuff to taste good.
Did he season? Did he season the hamburger? Let me see something. Let me see.
Yeah, he said he put all season on it and seasoned salt.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oil. So I just use salt, pepper, oil, and vinegar, and it's fantastic.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering if he seasoned it out. So he's saying because I've actually made a dressing with just like lemons and like olive oil in it, and it really was good. It was okay.
The seasoning and stuff like that. Like I do think seasoning is a big part. Like it is a secret part of like that whole thing too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like even when I'm seasoning like meat and stuff, I use like something like Mrs. Dash.
Mm-hmm.
I use a lot of Mrs. Dash's products when I'm seasoning the meat, just because I know, low sodium and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of like science and stuff to that stuff. Like I said, I keep it simple.
Right.
I just try to go with what feels right, but it always got to taste good. Like no matter what, I don't want to eat no bland stuff.
So the taste is real important.
For sure. But how do you get to that taste without jeopardizing the healthy part of it, right?
What's some things that jeopardize the healthy part of it? Some seasoning.
Sodium.
So salt.
Salt, for sure. Like there can be too much salt, like way too much. I mean, and typically I think in America, like we all overdo our salt consumption. Salt's in everything. But sugars too, right? Like if I get like let's say I go get like some sesame teriyaki seasoning to marinate the meat or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hell, that's technically processed sugar most of the time. And so sometimes you'd be sneaking sugars in without even knowing it, right? So
wow.
I think if you control the sodium, you can control the sodium and the sugar, and
Mm-hmm.
you're at a closer step to winning with the seasoning side of it. I know he's not talking about that. He's putting whatever. He's just doing the 1 meal a day, but the sodium and the sodium and the sugar intake is definitely like you got to be aware of. That's why I do the Coke Zeros and I'll do the sparkling waters and all that stuff. So yeah.
So you definitely against that sugar and that salt. So
I ain't against it right now. I'm eating that right now, but when I'm on, like if you're actively engaged in trying to like you're actively engaged in trying to like do better with your consumption, shit, yeah, you should definitely be super hyper aware of that, the salt and the sugar that you put inside everything.
Mm.
Sometimes it doesn't matter. Once again, you putting that work in, it don't matter. But I think that's all metabolism based as well, right? But most people who are overweight and most people who gain weight, most time when I gain weight, it's a good sign that my metabolism slowed down, right?
Right.
Yeah, your metabolism high. You might see a guy with a freaking 8-pack or something, and this guy eats whatever he wants. The metabolism's up. You keep that metabolism up, you can get away with that stuff because your body will metabolize it all. But that's at such a high output that your metabolism's usually high because you got high output, unless it's just a natural thing where you got high metabolism. And that's the thing too. Some people have natural metabolisms.
One guy was telling me he used to be like, man, Keith, you can eat anything you want, man. I be seeing you be walking every day. You can eat anything you want, man. I'm like, bro, I can't tell. Shit.
Well, that's true, but you got to think about it too. When your body's already like over its point, you know what I'm saying? When your body's at a point of where it's already had stored fats and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you can eat whatever you want, but do you want to just balance out the day? Like, like right now I'm eating whatever I want, right? So I go do a hard workout or whatever, but then I eat whatever I want. And maybe I'm just balancing out. Like I see a gain in my muscles and an increase in my strength. However, the body fat and all that stuff, maybe it's just balancing, right? It's just balancing it all out. Maybe I'm not losing, but maybe I'm not gaining. And that's good too. But if you're trying to lose, then you need to be aware.
Because I'm feeling like I'm definitely getting stronger and I'm definitely getting buff, but I don't see no difference on the scale.
Yeah, that's just, and sometimes, honestly, like I wouldn't even get on the scale. Take pictures. You take pictures because sometimes the scale can like be misleading. Sometimes the scale can throw you off too, man.
Yeah,
no lie.
Damn, like, that's smart as shit. Because if you take pictures, because sometimes you can get on the scale and say the same, but you look in a row, it's gone, right?
Yeah, man, look, I'm telling you, I've been 200, like right now, I don't know what I am, probably between 210 and 220. But I've been 210 and ripped up, and I've been 210 and no abs, right? I've been, 200 pounds and freaking swole. And I've also been 200 pounds and still look like I'm out of shape. So I wouldn't pay attention. That scale can be misleading sometimes, especially with the fitness journey. And especially with working out. If you're just eating and looking at the scale, cool. But if you're working out and trying to diet and all that stuff, like I wouldn't even look at the scale, man. Like straight up, maybe once every 3 months or something. But I would leave the scale alone.
Leave the scale alone, and people in your clothes will tell you what's up, right?
Really, people are gonna say, people are gonna say you look good. People are gonna say you look bad. People are misleading too sometimes, man. Hey, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I would just use you as the best source for it. If you feel good in what you're wearing, all right, cool. If you're like, damn, I'm not feeling good, all right, cool. Well, use that, and somebody might say, oh, that's a body dysmorphia. Well, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be my own worst. I'd rather be my best and my worst critic,
Right. Well, let's see what this other meal he got for us real quick. Appreciate you holding on for me, man.
Fantastic. So what are the numbers on this? It's about 1,450 calories. We get 79% from fat, 19% from protein, and only 2% of calories from carbohydrate. And again, virtually all of these carbs are from leafy greens, so it's almost like zero. Your body is really not going to notice that at all. Everyone who has transitioned from high carb multiple meals down to low carb and 1 or 2 meals a day, they know how easy it is to maintain that lifestyle. But if your body isn't used to it, then don't try to get there all at once because your body is going to protest. So remember, be nice to yourself. Get fat adapted gradually. Start by just reducing carbs. If you've been eating 300 grams of carbs a day, then don't try to get into ketosis right away because you probably will suffer. So try to go maybe 10% less. So drop it by 10% every week. And it doesn't really matter how long it takes you to get there, as long as you are consistently changing something, it's going to go faster than you think. Within a few weeks, you're going to be low carb and you're not going to miss any of the things that you ate. Same thing with the eating period. You want to reduce it gradually. A lot of people eat 16 hours a day. They have something to eat first thing in the morning and the last thing before bed. So don't try to go to one meal a day all of a sudden. Go cut off an hour or two at each end of your eating period, and before you know it, you'll be down to 8 hours and 6 hours and 4 hours. And then when you're fat adapted and you're used to that, then it's a cinch to go to one meal a day. And then you'll find that it's both effortless and pain-free. Change doesn't have to be painful. I bet you didn't think you could have fajitas. Just cut out the tortillas and everything else is pretty much fine. I love guacamole. I keep it simple. I just put some onion, garlic, and a squeeze of lemon in there with some salt and pepper. I like to use about 3 avocados for 2 people. That comes out to about 250 grams or about 8 ounces, give or take. Then I use some tomatoes and I chop them up with some raw onion to make a pico de gallo. And I also use refried beans. And all the good versions, the ones with a little bit of fat in the stores, they have soybean oil, even the Mexican brands. So I add my own lard. I try to find something without soybean oil and I just add a little bit of lard. Then I put onion, bell pepper, and all.
So let me ask you something. What he's saying now, with this lard, I've been hearing about this lard the last few days, and they saying that that's healthier than the vegetable oil and stuff.
I mean, probably lard is like natural fat, right? So, I
Yeah.
mean, probably, you know what I'm saying? Truthfully, uh, you know, I don't doubt that, you know?
Yeah, this guy, he's actually he didn't actually educated me that butter's better than just that process. Real butter's better than anything.
Huh?
He actually promotes that. He says it's a good fat.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, I don't doubt it for sure. Because butter's natural too, right? I mean, it's just really
That's right.
fat that's dried up.
That's right. Yeah.
But like I mean, man, look, he was talking about, take it easy and all this stuff. Like, sometimes that works, but sometimes, man, sometimes you got to be a little bit, intense. Sometimes you got to be
When you say
intense.
that, what you mean by that? What you mean? I mean,
Like he
like
was telling
intense on the
people to take it
workout.
easy, right? Well, he was telling people to take it easy, but sometimes, man, like you gotta, he was like, your body will go through this pain. Well, it's like fasting, right? It sucks, right? But sometimes your body needs to go through that pain. Sometimes your body just needs to do that, and that's totally fine too. Like, he's trying to convince people to like take it easy and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, but is it effective? I think that's based off per person. If you're the type of person who's patient and you're willing to go through that process and that time and really be dedicated to that, that's cool. But me, like, I'm not that guy. I'm definitely an extreme person. Like, I will go from eating 4,000 calories one day to eating 1,400 calories a day and just deal with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Just jump right off the cliff.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta be willing to like, I think sometimes you gotta show yourself like how much you want it,
Right. And that's what I'm figuring out with my, actually, the last few years, I'm really understanding me. And I'm understanding that, I'm my worst enemy. And sometimes we can blame other people. And I think that's just a cop out. And I figure out it's me versus me. It's you versus you. And I'm my biggest enemy. And I convinced myself to eat what I'm not supposed to eat. It has nothing to do with nobody else. And I could plainly see somebody saying, "Why would you put all that over here? You know I'm on a diet." Well, that ain't their fault. It's your fucking fault, right?
Well,
'Cause
that's
we
not
have
their
access to.
prerogative. That's your prerogative. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're on a diet, like if you're on a diet, that's your business. So it's like going vegan, right? I hung
Right.
out with all my friends when I went vegan. When I actually did that, I was still hanging out with everybody and doing everything. I was
Right.
just personally aware of the stuff I was doing. I never held nobody to that. I didn't hold nobody to that standard but me.
Mhm.
But, you gotta, don't be selfish. You know what I'm saying? Your friends don't
Yeah.
want you to be selfish.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. One of the best feelings I had in my life, man, is when I went vegan. And I went vegan for about 6 to 8 months. And I'm gonna tell you another thing, when I was off coffee too. Like when I was off coffee, man, I got the best rest ever. I really got a good night's sleep. Um, but being vegan, man, uh, put it like this. The difference for me being vegan and then the difference for me eating meat again is easily 25 pounds.
Yeah.
When I was vegan, I stayed always under 25 pounds of what my weight is now. I always stayed on point being vegan. And
Yeah, 100%.
when I introduced meat back into my body is when I started gaining more weight and stuff. And when I quit coffee, that was hard. But when I quit coffee, the sleep is so much different. And like now that I drink coffee, I wake up and I'm waking up tired and I have to drink the coffee to fucking wake up after I just had 8 hours of sleep. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I don't know why I went back to coffee. I really don't. I don't know
Well,
why I went back to coffee.
I'm going to tell you why. 'Cause that shit's good. That
That shit is good. I was
shit's
missing that.
delicious. Yeah. You
I
want to
was
stop
missing
drinking
that.
coffee? I don't know. I won't stop drinking coffee. I'll use some sugar-free creamer or something, but I ain't gonna stop drinking no
Now
coffee.
I'm
I'll tell
on
you
the
that
sugar
right
free
now.
creamer, but if I can get back to no meat again, but then I'm gonna tell you what happened. They start playing with the vegan shit. They really start playing with the vegan stuff. They start putting like that shit is so messed up now. They putting everything in it now. Like it's not nothing. It's like really dough and chemicals, you know. And I
Yeah.
think certain people bought that company. Like we had a good thing going with that vegan stuff, man. I can have the chicken patties, all that stuff, and it's not the same. Like you're not getting any nutrients out of that now. No nutrients.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I like the vegan stuff and I was chilling on it, but I couldn't get muscles on it. I've met people that are muscular that are vegan, right?
Uh-huh.
But man, I mean I was in good shape. I was very lean, right? I had lean muscle and
Right.
all that stuff. Man, getting big, like trying to bulk and lift heavy weights and stuff, that wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then yeah. And then too, I figured out some stuff about that vegan stuff. We don't got to get into it on here, but man, I figured out some stuff about that vegan stuff. I was like, what? Somebody's like, yeah, X, Y, Z, yada yada. Like the vegan. I was like, damn. Like there's a certain name for a primary vegan brand, and it really made me look a whole bunch of different at that stuff. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, being vegan, I was strong and I felt the best I ever felt because I was actually vegan and off coffee too, and for sure, for a fact, if you know, because I can do chicken, fish, I can even do fish, but if I can get off this coffee, I know for a fact it's a whole different sleep.
You know what? I want you separately to look up the brand Morningstar.
I already know what's up.
That's
That's
all I'm
what
gonna say.
that's what I used to be on, and I know what happened. That's where I got off of it, and that's the
Nah,
only.
then you know about the name?
No, spit it.
Nah, you just look it up the name. All right, I ain't gonna spit it.
No, go ahead and
Uh,
tell me.
nah, just look up the name, man. Just look up the name,
No, I mean, my people watching this don't feel like looking up the name. What's up?
man. Trust me, they'll look up the name. Yeah,
Okay,
they
well,
look
just
up
tell me.
Morningstar. Man, just
What it
look it
mean?
up, bro. because I don't want to misspeak on it. Like I said, I don't really look too deep into stuff, but
Yeah,
I
but
don't want to
what's
misspeak
your
on it.
assumption? Give me 1 minute of assumption.
I mean, the name Morning Star was another name for Lucifer, man.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? He was also referred as the Morning Star. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a believer. I'm spiritual. You know what I'm saying? I don't really
Oh
trip off
yeah.
about too
But
much
you
of that
know what's
stuff, but it's hidden
it's
stuff
so
and everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
cause
And that's one
I
of the
mean,
biggest brands, right? I mean,
wow. This world is crazy, man. Yeah.
like I said, I don't duck off too much into that stuff, but I mean, that's just hell, that's
But
just a
but you know,
crazy,
yeah. Thank God for YouTube, man. Because you can actually go on there and make you some vegan burgers off of scratch. You know what I'm saying? You can actually,
yeah,
YouTube is so beautiful, man. Just off the subject a little bit, man. It was some people lived out here in Arizona and they 20 something years old, man. They went and bought them 2.5 acres. Um, Black couple actually. And man, they out there and I seen the thing on them the other day. Man, they got their RV and they put pallets down, man, and put the green turf. He said when you put the pallets down and put green turf over it, that's like being off the ground. Like they out there survive, man. They said they didn't save so much money that they didn't went now and bought 40 acres in Tuna Pond. And now it was so beautiful because their friends is sharing the acres with them, but all these people are in their 20s, man. And the chick, she was like, I don't want a mortgage. She said a mortgage, I had me in debt for 30 years. I had to work forever. She said the way we going now, they got a food truck and stuff. So I guess they take that into the city and work it. But the guy, he works from home. He been working for a company for 14 years. And she
yeah,
even like, she's like, it's a phone call, Alltel or something like that. She was like, that's what they use for Wi-Fi out there. And she said they never have lost service. And it's $60 a month, unlimited hotspot and unlimited. It was really like I was really proud. Like that was cool, man. And that's why I love YouTube. And I think we gonna go back. I think we have to go back to how it used to be, man. Because if you don't, you're gonna burn out. You know what I mean? You got
yeah,
it. Less is best now, man. Less is
yeah,
best, man.
yeah. I feel you
Less is.
on that, but I feel you. I don't feel you. Yeah,
I mean, what you think? You don't think
yeah.
less is best?
I like hunting at the grocery store.
You like who?
I like going hunting at
No,
the
they're
grocery
not
store.
hunting out there. They just fucking
No,
living
no,
out
no.
there.
I'm saying I like going hunting at the grocery store. I like to plant my vegetables at the grocery store.
Yeah.
That
Right
stuff
now.
take a lot of patience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I ain't saying I mean, more power to people who have that patience. I think it's really a better way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? But take a lot of time and patience. You know what I'm saying? And most people just don't have that time. I don't think, man.
Actually, I had a friend. Actually, I do. We did a reaction video on his thing, and he grew a 34-pound watermelon in his backyard, man. 34 pounds. I was like, dang. He grew 34 pounds in his backyard, man. I was like,
Yeah.
dang. Like that was really good. Like, but man, yeah. But I guess yeah. Let's go back to see what Dr. Eckenberg is talking about. Okay, real quick. Hey y'all, I appreciate y'all in this live, and please press that like button. Please press the like button, man.
Olive oil in a frying
Wipe your feet before you come in and press the like button. Thank you.
pan
Yeah.
and brown that, saute that together. I put the skirt steak on the grill with just salt and pepper, and I get it as hot as I possibly can, and then just cook them 1 to 2 minutes per side. It's really, really quick. So you do that at the end and have everything else ready. And then I serve that with some sour cream. Now, that comes out to about 1,300
Hey, man,
calories. And if this is too much food for you, you cut back a little bit.
what the hell is
Is
all
that?
that?
I think somebody at the amusement park. You got.
Yeah,
I'm at Coney Island right now, man. So if
yeah,
you hear roller,
yeah, yeah. You tell them to cut that shit out. God damn it.
if you hear roller coasters in the background, I'm at Coney
Yeah,
Island right now.
yeah. They do like goddamn screaming shit.
Okay, so All right, so damn, look at that belly. Yeah, so the doctor gave us a meal plan, man. Give me a 7-day meal plan. Give me a 7-day meal plan, AMK.
For what?
Shh. Be healthy. Lose that weight. Give me your 7-day meal plan.
Well,
You eat the
fast.
same
How
shit
about
every
that?
day, man? Do you eat the same shit every day?
When I'm on, ish. Like I'll have like 3 different types of meat in the meal prep. Like I will do like so as far as meat goes, if I'm on, the only thing I'm really doing is chicken and turkey. Let's go ahead and be honest. Like I'll do chicken thighs, grilled chicken thighs, like straight on the grill.
Bone in or bone out? Don't matter.
Yeah, bone out, man. I
So
went
no skin
vegan
there.
for having bone-in chicken thighs, man.
Okay.
Yeah, skinless, boneless chicken thighs, man. I'll go vegan again thinking about that stuff. Uh, Damn. You want to see a life change? Hell, I'll show you one right now. Shout out. Yeah, I'll do chicken, ground turkey, and I might get freaky and do some fish. I really don't eat a lot of fish. I don't really like the fish too much. I do like it. I just don't know
Is it
about
the
it. You know what I'm saying?
texture? Because you got to grill it. Because I like some fried.
No, nah. You know what it is, man? I made freaking tuna steaks one time, and I was eating tuna
Oh
steaks
yeah.
for a hot minute one time. And you know what? Yeah, that shit was just too fishy, man. And you know what? Ever since then, I used to eat a lot of fish. I used to George Foreman the hell out of some fish. But you know what? I ate that stupid tuna steak, man, so much. I was trying to do everything to make that stuff taste kind of good, and it wasn't working. Man,
Right.
yeah, it burnt me out on fish like forever. But I will, if I'm in the meal prep stage, I will grill some fish and put some fish in the meal prep. And so I'll have I'll have between chicken, ground turkey, and fish. And I actually use tilapia. People don't like it. It's a bottom feeder. Whatever. Like I said, I don't really dig too deep into shit. I just see what be working for my body, and that shit worked for my body.
So that
So get
tilapia
over
was
it.
right. Hey, let me ask you something real quick. How can they get in touch with you on YouTube?
Shit, man. They can go to Ambitious Keith, and they can get in touch with me. Yeah. Catch me in the morning times. I'll send you a video. I ain't gonna send them a video personally. I'll post a video on there. Pump your day up. Happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. Pump them up. But that's about it, man. I give my friends my friends that hit me up and ask me about like workout plans and stuff like that. Especially when I'm on, everybody want to know what you're eating and all that stuff. But it's really simple. I mean, I don't know if I give them what they're looking for. I just give them really simple stuff like, just do this. This will work for me. But that don't make sense because this. Hey, cool, whatever. Hey, if it works for you, man, it works for you. I think people put a lot of focus in like, sometimes you can put too much focus in the shit and it make you stop. Personally, and some people are into that, right? But like me, I mean, I'm pretty, like my mind's always busy, right? And I'm always busy. So I really can't put a lot of time and focus into like journaling, foods and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm not about to do all that. I'm just gonna.
So the meal plan you was talking about, it made me hungry just thinking about it. The 2 times with the just chicken and rice and fucking broccoli. Like, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
You don't do nothing else. You just stick to that. You that disciplined. Shit.
Yeah, when you're on, like, and like, I'll try to be like, okay, here's the perfect year for me, right? The perfect year for me. I'm sitting at about 200 pounds. I'm pretty like muscularly, buffed up.
Right.
And at 200 pounds, I look about 220. And 3 months, for 3 months, I'm doing this meal prep consistently. Every Sunday, I'll do my meal preps, make enough food for the weeks, right?
What you a prepper like on a Sunday?
Sundays, yeah. On Sundays, I'll do all my prep. Actually, my best, I got it to, when I'm on, I can meal prep in like 2 hour time period. And I can make a whole, the grilling and everything in 2 hours.
You don't go outside that setup?
Nah, not Monday through Monday through Sunday when I'm on. Nah. when I'm on,
you
I won't go out there.
save money too, then, don't you?
Yeah, a shitload, man. You know, like right now, I'm eating out every single day. So like your eating out costs, you know, eating out every day. You know, hell, if lunch, well, okay, breakfast. I ate breakfast today, so I only paid for breakfast. I ate lunch. That was on the company though, and so breakfast was $15, right? Or
Mhm.
$12 or whatever. I'll round up to 15. And then dinner was about $20. So I mean that's $35, right? So I mean
Right.
on average you're 30 to $40 a day eating out. You know, in a 10-day period, that's 400. In a month, in a 30-day period, that's 1,200, right? That's
Right.
just on eating
Hey
out.
guys,
If you're meal
welcome back to
prepping,
Tank's Home Cooking. In this video,
shit,
we're gonna be
man.
doing some Cajun French fries.
If you're meal prepping, uh, hell, the chicken you're gonna pay, you know, maybe $20 for, you know, the amount of chicken you need, and
Mm-hmm.
$20 for the amount of meat that you need for that week. And then, you
Right.
know, your vegetables are shit, $5, $6 maybe. Your
Right.
rice, brown rice, hell, you could probably say that's like $3, you know, maybe $4.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then your potatoes, you know, you're probably shooting at, you know, another $10 or something on those. So I mean, hell, in total, for the whole week of eating, um, you know, let's just say the meat was 30. I don't know. I don't think it is, but let's just say it's 30. 30, 20, 15. I mean, man, you're under $100 for a whole week of eating. So when you're on, you know, you go from spending, you know, what you spend in a 10-day period, you can down there spend uh when you're on like that, maybe like 1 month. That's about, you know, 1 month of food, like with me today,
Mm-hmm.
or 1 week or 1 10-day period of food for me today is 1 month when I'm on. So you're saving tons of money. Like tons, you know, but it's
So
just me too, right? If you got to
I'm
double
gonna
that,
run
you know, just times it 2 times.
I'm gonna run a recipe past you real quick, and when we get through, man, I appreciate you holding on, man. But I'm gonna run a recipe past you real fast. When we get through, just tell me and my viewers, you know, what's wrong with this if we're trying to be healthy. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go. All right, here.
Hey, first of all, I want to do a shout out to Tank's Home Cooking. Um, that's who this recipe's from. Not knocking him. This is very delicious food, but we just trying to, you know, be healthy too at the same time.
What we have here is a big russet potato. I'm gonna cut this out here first, so I can leave a base for me to cut the rest of the potato. Check it out. Okay, now onto here. It's easier, no slip. So we chop our potatoes. We soak them for a good 30 minutes, an hour. We get rid of all that starch, and what we have here is our cleaned cut potatoes. Okay.
Let me ask you something, AMK, real quick. So he says he's
Yeah.
getting rid of the starch. Is that good?
Yeah, I mean, starch, I don't think it's too good for your body. Like I said, I'm not too hyped on that, on knowing like
Right.
everything, but from what I understand, starch isn't good for you, that's for sure.
Okay. All right. Let's go back.
What I'm gonna do is leave this overnight, and I'll come back tomorrow and I'll start frying these. I'll see you soon. All right. So in order to dry these out, I'm gonna pat them dry.
Whenever you do me a favor, AMK, whenever you see something that's definitely a no-no, can you cut in for me, please? All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Get a bunch on here and pat them out so we deep fry them. Just pat them down. All right, folks. So we got our oil in the pan. We're gonna leave this on for a little bit, medium high heat, and in order for you to check if it's good or not, ready to fry, put your chopstick or your wooden spoon in here, and if you see any bubbles coming on, you know you're ready to fry.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you one thing right now.
All right, see
You
little
got that
bubbles.
damn oil.
You're ready to fry.
I
See
love
all
this
that damn
dude.
oil?
I promise you, man. I love
You
this
see
dude.
all that damn oil right there?
What's up with it?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
You're gonna say that's a no go. Tell you that right now.
So what's the bad part of using oil frying?
I mean, really, I mean, you just yeah, it makes the potatoes really crispy and good and all that stuff. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
everybody loves French fries, right? But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it takes everything out of there, man. I mean, you're taking everything out. You're pretty much making a potato chip.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
so
you're not.
so what you saying when you put that potatoes in that oil, it takes all the good stuff out of it
I mean,
when
I
you heat
think
it
all
up
the
that
stuff.
hot?
Like when I say like you want to eat, you want to gain big muscles, eat chicken and potatoes, right?
Right,
It's like
right.
fucking baked potatoes, and oven baked potatoes. Um, so it's cooked, but it's not, you know, it's not fried through. And then you gotta think about it. When that grease is processed in that potato, that's what you're fucking eating. You know what I'm saying? You're eating
Right, right.
grease, like, and all you're eating is a process. It's now processed fry or whatever. So it's bullshit,
That's right.
right? But it's good. I just had fries today. I love fries. But it's not good. I mean, the truth is just the truth about it. We eat a lot of good shit, but the shit ain't good for us.
That's right.
All right, folks, we're about 15 minutes into this fry here, our first fry anyways.
Hey, shout out to
So what I'm
Tank's
gonna
Home
do is
Cooking.
just
Go
take these
follow
out.
him on social
Your fry time
media.
could be shorter than mine. I just cut mine a little bit thick, so it's gonna take some more time to get this all
There's his
fried up.
channel right there.
But yeah, we be
Man, them fries look good.
just
At
careful.
least he didn't get the frozen
You
ones,
wanna
right?
splash this all over yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Jesus
so we're
Christ.
gonna put this out here on the cooling rack.
Come on.
Spread them across like this. Let them cool down and let this oil come back to temperature, and then we're gonna keep on frying. About 4 minutes after the fry,
So did
do
he
it like
take
this,
those out
golden
and put them
brown.
back
You
in the
finish your
grease?
fries. All
Yeah,
right,
it's a good way to yeah, I
finish up
mean
the
if
other
you're making
French
French
fries. So I'm
fries,
gonna let this
Uh-huh.
yeah,
dry up
it's
real
it's
quick.
a it's a good way to
So
actually
take them
fry
out
them.
and then put them back in.
Yeah, yeah.
I learned
Strain
something
all
new.
that oil.
Uh-huh. So it don't soak the grease
Alrighty,
though.
folks. My seasoning today
But you
is
have
the
really crispy
Cajun spice
fries.
blend. All right, season to your heart content, and
So when you're
some
making
Old
them
Bay
potatoes
for the
like
color.
that, yeah, and make them crispy. And sometimes you make potatoes, you be like, damn, these just don't taste like regular fries. Yeah, it's
Right?
just that one step, make them taste like good fries. Like them shits is crispy.
Yeah, I didn't know that,
Them is
man.
down
I'm
there like
learning.
Five Guy fries and
Yeah, I'm learning something
In
new
and
every day.
Out
So you take it
fries.
out and then put it back in the grease. Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Give it a toss.
Them the real deal. You know what I mean?
Check it
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Let me tell you what those aren't. A motherfucking diet.
Cheers.
He said cheers.
Yeah.
Ooh, that did it right
All right,
there.
folks. Thank you for coming along. Hope you guys enjoy this recipe. It's really easy. It takes some time, but I bet you it's some good eating when you cook it at home. Man.
There's gonna be some good
Mm-hmm.
eating.
His
Yeah.
son said, "Let me have some more."
Welcome.
Dang. Okay,
There's gonna be some good
Alrighty,
eating.
Bubba.
that's cool. Shit, that shit look good, right? Shit. Once so late, I gonna make me a bet. Nah.
Yeah.
Woo! It was crispy. He's like, "Thank you, Daddy." It was good. When kids tell you some shit's good, because kids can be some picky eaters. When they tell you
Yeah.
that shit good, ain't it, man?
Yeah, man.
When kids
Real
tell you
shit.
that shit is good, that shit is good, man. Man, yeah, that shit is good when kids tell you it's good, man. But yeah, man, man, I appreciate you coming on tonight, man, and
For sure.
man, just trying to, we all trying to get right, man. Walk to live, man. Are you walking today? Are you running today? Remember, nobody can love you like you can love yourself. But now we're gonna switch over a little bit and and start working with this diet, man. We're gonna start working with this diet, man. I think we got the workout thing going, man. Everybody, the families walking consistently in the mornings, whether it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. Everybody got their thing, but we're moving now. And yeah, now we're gonna start going into the food a little bit, man. We appreciate you for coming on, man. So you say you
For
you
sure.
eat every day, huh? You give them some motivation every day.
Yeah. Give them some motivation, man. Yeah,
Okay,
ambitious Keith on everything.
okay, that's Instagram every day. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
but hey family, hey, I really appreciate you guys. And like I always tell you, man, whether it's one of you or a million of you, man, it's a million other channels, literally a million other channels on YouTube. And you came here to watch this channel, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for everything, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, Ambitious Keith, on this live
Yeah.
stream with me, giving us some information. Hopefully, we can
Yeah.
get you on in the future, man. Hey, go check out
Yeah.
his channel, man. Hey, and I'll be walking them streets in the morning. You already know. I'll be walking them streets. I gotta be a little careful. Did I tell you somebody ran up on me the other morning?
Damn.
Yeah, somebody ran up on me the other morning, family. He like, man, I've been
Yeah.
seeing you on there. So dang, you walked down this street and he caught up with me. I said, oh no, we can't have that. So
Oh,
I'm gonna have to switch up a little bit.
they
I'm gonna
must
have to
not know.
switch.
You got walk to live shirts and keep boxing club shirts. Damn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, but we need to do that anyway. Make sure you guys be cautious out there when you walking, and hopefully you know your neighborhood, man, and just be careful, man, because hey, man, but we gotta walk to live. Whether, like I said, whether you go out 10 minutes or an hour, I know I'm up to an hour and 20 minutes. Hey, but I've been walking for a minute, but you know what? I'm still obese, and 90% of America's obese too. I'm your dude. I'm your voice. So mess with me. Thank you, Ambitious Keith. Hey, go check
For
out his
sure.
channel. It's right there across the front. Hey, go check him out, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Go. Stay ambitious.